to Sports in the Spirit, the only shows that I know where we take Catholic things, we take sports, we combine them into one. I'm your host, Andy Shmura. I kind of like this topic. I think this is a fun one. I think it's easy to gloss over as Christians or as Catholics and not think about too much. But it's really important. I mean, why did Jesus have to die on the cross? Why did he have to do it? Now, most of us have some sort of answer to that. You know, we'll say, oh, well, you know, we have to save us from our sins. Like, okay, that's true. That's true. But think about what we're saying for a second. So I guess what we're saying is that if I go out tomorrow, say I commit a sin, that this guy in the year 33 AD who died on the cross is somehow connected to my sin that I'm committing in 2020? That seems a little strange, right? Especially because I could just not commit that sin and he'd still die on the cross. So I guess, how do you figure that out? How do you connect his crucifixion with all the sins of the world? Why was it so necessary? It seems like there are a lot of good people in the world. Why did he have to die for our sins when you have saints who barely sinned at all? I mean, ever think about that? Well, when I think about this, I compare it to free throws in basketball. And it got me thinking, you know, have you ever wondered who is the greatest free throw shooter in all of basketball? Turns out, it's this guy by the name of Blake Ahearn. Now, Ahearn was a college basketball player for Missouri State in the mid-2000s. He had a free throw percentage of 97.5. Insanely good. I mean, the best there's ever been in terms of free throw shooting. He went on to the NBA G League. He made 110 consecutive free throws there. 110. Insane. And nobody has done anything like that since. So this dude is on another level. And yet, in spite of all that, in spite of how well he made free throws, was he perfect? No. He missed occasionally. Not often, but occasionally he missed. Which means that his percentage, as good as it was, it could not be 100%. And the thing is, once your percentage gets below 100%, you know, you can keep making free throws, and that percentage will get higher. But never again will it be 100. So think of that in comparison to sinning. So every time you make a free throw, you avoid committing a sin. You commit a sin by missing a free throw, right? The idea is that the moment you sin, you have an imperfect percentage. You're trying to be at 100, but one sin ruins that. You will never be at 100% ever again. And yeah, you can keep trying to make up for it by doing good things and by avoiding sin in the future, and things get better, but they'll never be at 100%. The thing is, if we're going to go to heaven, we have to be at 100%, because nothing impure can enter heaven. And the moment we commit a single sin, we are impure. And that's the situation. That's why sinning is such a big deal. Even a single sin on our souls, which includes original sin, we can't go to heaven. So God saw what was happening, and obviously he's not happy. He doesn't want us all dying to go to hell. That's when he decided to send Jesus in the world. Now, Jesus never sinned, okay? So he's shooting, 100% from the charity stripe the entire year. He never misses a free throw. By dying on the cross, he took on the punishment for sin, which is death. He took on that punishment for all of us. So imagine him taking that 100% free throw percentage, giving it to all of us, even though we never deserved it, and then us giving him the imperfect free throw percentages that we have in return. That is what the crucifixion is all about. That's why it's so incredible that Jesus did that. He's giving us his percentage that we never earned. And he's God. I mean, he didn't have to do that, right? He's God. He is so much higher than us. He did not have to demean himself to come onto earth at all, let alone allow himself to be killed. But he did that because he loves us. And he wanted to give us a chance to live eternally, even though we didn't deserve it. So next time you're wondering about the crucifixion or trying to explain to somebody why it is the way it is, just think of it like free throws. We got to make 100%. None of us made 100%. So that's why Jesus came into the world, so he can get 100%, trade his percentages with ours. He takes on the punishment for us. We have a chance to go to heaven. Truly, there is no greater love than that. From Appleton, Wisconsin, I'm Andy Schmurda, signing off.